Hey everyone, it's Jack here, Norwich City. I hope you're all very well indeed. Norwich City have somewhat of an injury crisis, particularly in the attacking areas. We're going to be getting into that in today's video. I just wanted to say, before we get into any of that, we have merch and it's on sale now. This is the first item. Johnny Rowe, let's have a go. That's the t-shirt. I really love it, and it's selling really well. So if you want one of these, all of the profits are reinvested back into the channel. Let me give you one more show of that. Look at that. It's on sale now. Links in the description. All profits back into the channel to help create more content going forwards. And we've got some exciting videos on the horizon. So thank you in advance for that. Ashley Barnes is injured, which just is not the news that we wanted. He will be out by the looks of things until the latter half of November, which means he's going to miss in and around 10 games of football for Norwich City. And it's just not the news that we wanted after the injury to Josh Sargent. He's, of course, out until the late stages of January. So our first and our second choice strikers are now both out with fairly long-term injuries. Now, you know, you lose Sargent and it's far from ideal because I think the whole system that Wagner was trying to implement kind of revolved around him. And, you know, his ability to press, the way he was finishing his chances in the first few games of the season, his link-up play with Barnes was all impeccable. And we've missed him quite clearly since that point. But you had a striker in Ashley Barnes who, you know, promotion with Burnley last season, scored plenty of goals at this level, and was leading the line fairly well. He's now injured. He picked up a knee ligament injury against Leicester on Wednesday evening. He's not requiring surgery, which is a good thing, but it does mean he's going to miss 10 games of football. So where does that leave us? Well, it leaves us in a fairly sticky position, and I think Wagner alluded to that in his press conference earlier today. He said that this is far from ideal. We now have essentially two senior strikers left who are fit. They are Adam Eder and Hwang. Now, Hwang has hardly played football in the last couple of years, and I think the jury's still out on Adam Eder. We play Plymouth on Saturday. I suspect it will be Adam Eder that starts through the middle. It then leaves a question of who you play kind of in behind him, because we were playing kind of Barnes slightly in behind Sargent. That was the duo. That is obviously now defunct. So I suspect, and I'm hoping, that Sarah might shift slightly further forwards into almost a number 10 role, and either Liam Gibbs or Adam Forshaw comes in a slightly deeper lying area. Now, you're probably all saying, well, Jack, you know, don't fix it if it's not broken. And there is a degree of that with Gabriel Sara. My worry is, you know, Wagner tried to play Liam Gibbs in the number 10 role earlier on this week, and I just can't see Gibbs operating well in that area. Now, I'm, you know, willing to be proven wrong. I just don't see in any world where he's an attacking midfielder. He is a defensive midfielder, and I think he's done well in that area at times. I think he's been poor in that area at times. I just don't see how he's an attacking player. You have got Nunes coming back into the fold. You've also got Signs, who I think will be up and running again in a couple of weeks' time. So in those areas, you've got options to tinker with. And there does need to be some tinkering, but it's this striking area that I think we have real concern now, because neither Eder or Hwang are the types of players that Sargent and Barnes are. I think the benefit of playing Adam Eder, even over an Ashley Barnes, is that he's slightly more athletic, and I think in a press he's probably slightly more able to do that. However, I'm still not sure if Eder has that cutting edge ability to really make it count in the Championship. I think he's a more than capable kind of impact substitute, but now this is a really big chance for him, and he must be almost thanking his lucky stars, really, that he's continually been given these chances, because this is probably his 5th, 6th bite at the cherry in terms of being given a chance to lead the line at Norwich City. In none of those times has he been particularly convincing, and it is frustrating because it's clear that there's a player in there somewhere. We're just trying to dig it out. Now, the system that we've played so far this season has enabled big chances to be created and on a fairly decent volume. So the chances will be there for Adam. I think he had a couple of good ones against Stoke. Thankfully, we won that game, but he missed his chances in that. It was Jack Stacey, the scorer there. So Ida's the option. I think that's where we'll be heading against Plymouth. Hwang is the other option here. Now, David Wagner described his touch and his movement as interesting in his press conference. And whenever I use the phrase interesting, I think it's a polite way of putting I'm not too sure what's going on here. Now, Hwang, Wagner said he's literally still trying to learn the names of his teammates. It's still very early days, and I think he was arguably brought in as a 4th choice backup. And when you're trying to convince a player to come to a football club as a 4th choice, it's going to be difficult. So I can't imagine Hwang's going to be a world beater, but there were pieces of slight hope that I saw in his performance against Leicester in the week. We've just got to hope he gets up to speed quickly. I think the cup game against Fulham next week actually comes at a really good time for Norwich. It's a good opportunity to try and bed some of these players in, try and tweak tactics without too much fear of screwing it up too badly, because it's a cup game. If we go out, so be it. League is certainly the priority at this point. So far from ideal news when it comes to Ashley Barnes, and I'd love to know your thoughts. How are you seeing the next few months going? In my honest opinion now, we just need to try and desperately hold in and around the top 6, and if you've got into that position come January when Josh Sargent will be returning, I think we can see that as a huge success. We will need to adapt, and I think the playing style will adapt slightly, but I'm just really hoping, not only for our sake and Norwich's sake, but for Adam Ida's sake, that he really takes this chance and smashes it. There's more than enough talent in there. We just need to see it come out now, and I'm hoping this is the chance, because if this doesn't work out, then I think his future at Norwich City is limited. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Remember, Johnny Rowe, Let's Have a Go t-shirts down in the description. Pick one of those up, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.